Noon on a Tuesday, coronavirus. What's going on? My goodness. I can tell you this, this live feed is going to be a little bit louder than it is typically because I see the people are coming out. I think they finally got a little bit tired and the cars are rolling, so there might be some cluttered noise in the back. I just like getting in my front yard and doing these feeds because I like the background. I love these trees in the back, sun shining, it's a beautiful day. I hope you're all having a great day. Before I really start, I'll just let you know that I'm going to let a few people hop on here. Oh, hey Erica, what's happening? It's good to see you. I look forward to seeing you in real life again sometime. Make my way to Chicago. Are you in Chicago or Atlanta? I don't even know. But anyhow, looking forward to seeing you. As a matter of fact, I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of you. I've been in contact and talking to some of my friends from Denison. Erica, you'll remember the family. We're making some moves. You'll be hearing about that coming up pretty soon. But as you all know, I've started my company Hope Works, and I'm making a concerted effort to make sure that I share some of the knowledge and experience that I've had for some time. Yes, I got to come to Chicago. I got to come to that windy city. I hope that we can travel soon, because I'd love to come back up there and see you. Grab something to eat, maybe a Michael Jordan's joint, something like that. But in any case, as I get ready to start, you know, I'm reflecting on some of the things that have been taking place here recently, and I have a whole lot on my mind that I just want to share with the world. And so, I don't know how many people will listen or won't listen, but it's time to get real. You know, we're looking at a financial situation in the globe that's going to change the way we live. It's going to change the way our offspring live. And I think that in some ways, great change can bring about great opportunities. So hopefully we'll go ahead and make some moves. But as I look forward, the segment today is called Forward Back and Mental Fortitude. Essentially, what I'm getting at is, if we were 12 years old again, what advice would I give to myself when I was 12? And I look back at 1978. 1978 for me was an incredible year. It was a crazy year. On the one hand, you know, I was sexually assaulted that year, which is something that still haunts me and plagues me to this day. But when that took place, it also gave me strength and conviction that I had never had before. It gave me the ability to stand on my own and to know that indeed, even if things are difficult, even if you have trauma take place in your life, it's always possible to stand up. It's always possible to be strong. Hey Tommy, hey Jeff. It's always possible to make an impact on somebody else's life. And I'm at that point now where I kind of feel like Yoda and I want to share it. So even though at 12 years old this assault took place, even though that took place, that was the same year that Navarre Braves won the city championship. We had never won the league division before, but people like Dan Baining and Mike McDougal and oh my gosh, we had so many good players. My stepbrother Kenny Mike, we pulled to get Billy Mills. Oh my gosh, the greatest freaking hitter I've ever seen. If it was over his head, that ball was going out of the park. And somehow we pulled together as a team, we became a family, and we ended up winning a city championship. But at the age of 12, my whole dream was to play second base for the Cincinnati Reds. That's all I wanted to do, was replace Joe Morgan. And I had a tragic knee accident 2 years later that ruined any opportunity to have that kind of career. But as it turns out, if I were 12 years old again, what kind of advice would I give to myself that I didn't follow on my own? The first thing I'd have taught myself is, hey, you need to have a vision, son. You're not just baseball, but you need to have a vision for what you want your life to look like. And then every day you have to be persistent. Take some steps to walk in that direction. Take some steps to make sure that you build a team. Just like Navarre Braves, I've learned one invaluable lesson. If you have a great team of people surrounding you, if you have a great team of people who care for you, who love you, who believe in what you're doing, if you surround yourself with those persons, you can achieve some of the greatest achievements of anyone's life. And one of the greatest achievements you can achieve is learning who you are. The other thing I would tell myself, if I had the chance to do it all over again, man, you need to develop good habits. I've developed some really sloppy habits over time. I've had a very successful career. I've been pretty good in the classroom. I've done well as a professor. However, complacency is something that is real. You know, when you climb to the top and you're getting paid really well, it's easy to sit back and chill and just say, hey, I can just walk off into the distance and enjoy what I've done. And I've gotten to the point where that's not enough, man. I'm hungry, boy. I mean, I want to do bigger and better things, and this is a part of that trek, that quest. One of the poor habits, and I see Tommy on here. Tommy was my best friend when we grew up. We were neighbors when we were like 4, 5, 6 years old, and we've reacquainted. And one of the things that Tommy has really done for me is, as some of you know, when I was 12 years old, I was still living with Mama Green, and I was her homebrew tester. And so we would taste some homebrew, and this little kid, 3, 4, 5, 6 years old, would have a little drink with her. And one of the habits I developed in college, Erica, don't say nothing, okay? One of the habits I developed in college was I became a partier. I drank. Now I worked hard. I worked 4 jobs simultaneously in college. I went to my full-time classes. I never missed a class. But the one thing that was for sure is that while I was going to school, while I was working 4 jobs, I also made sure I had a social life. So in having a social life, I developed a poor habit of drinking. And as Tommy knows, one of the greatest things that has hindered me is alcohol. So if I could change one habit, that would be the one, because I'm not afraid to admit what my monsters are. I'm not quite as smart as James Ainsworth, who is on here. However, I can tell you this, is I do pretty well. I work hard, and one of the habits I'm getting back is just the discipline to get up every day, read for an hour, go ahead and plot out what my day is gonna look like, and then execute that day. And for those of you who know me, I can tell you this, I've eliminated all my debt within 1 month. I have one more payment to make on a loan, and I'll be debt free. And that's a pretty big accomplishment, given some of you know what my recent past is. So I definitely make sure that I develop better habits. The other thing I would do is I would definitely make sure that I was consistent every day. Just take a little step every day. You don't have to be perfect. You can't achieve greatness in one day. But if you develop those habits and you persist, and every single day you make a little bit more of an effort, you can actually make it. But here's what I would tell myself again if I was 12. And I think this is where this is so important during this period of coronavirus, is that there's never been a time in American history where entrepreneurship was more valuable. Investing in yourself, investing in your mind, investing in your own company. I do think, for example, that it is very important. Hey, Kevin, how's it going? Fire Joe, baby. I think it's very important to invest in yourself. And oftentimes when we think of investments, we think of stocks, we think of bonds, we think of mutual funds, etc. But we don't, those are outer investments. That's where we're outside the company and we make the investment in them. I'd rather be an inner investor, and that is where people are investing in me. And where when I invest my money, it grows my company. It grows what I'm trying to do. Because at this point in time, I think entrepreneurship in this world, in this climate, where, you know, you had 20 million people file unemployment here in the last, in the last month? Now all of a sudden they're sitting back saying, where's my money? I need a stimulus check. I don't think you need the stimulus check. What I think you need is an entrepreneurial spirit. So if I was, 12 years old again, I'd say, don't be afraid of yourself. Don't be afraid to be an entrepreneur. Don't be afraid to walk forward with your life. Don't be afraid of kicking people off your team, baby. As a matter of fact, you should kick people off your team who hold you down. Because if you don't have a fresh mind and you're embedded in conflict, brother, it's going to be much tougher. Develop good habits, have good discipline, make sure you build an adequate team, invest in yourself, and I swear, like Kevin, for example. This guy, he's a doctor. He and I went to school together in 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade at Maumee Valley. Well, this guy makes the most magnificent art, and he can sell that art, and he can do things with that art that both brings him satisfaction, brings him joy, but he can also do something with it. He has a little side hustle. He's a medical doctor for all we know, and he still doesn't necessarily need to do art to make extra money. Invest in yourself, and the rest will take care of itself. Well, it looks like I'm running out of storage space, so I guess I'll just have to say, hey everybody, hope works. I wish you the best. Hey Marcia, how are you? I'm glad you tuned in, and I'm building my YouTube channel. You'll be proud of that, and I'm building a studio, so we're trying to make some moves. Everybody, I love you. Have a great day. Invest in yourself. The rest will happen. Bye. Lord knows. Running out of storage. This goddamn